Hello Year 2s and welcome to a geography lesson with myself, Mrs Bard. Today we're going to continue our learning on human and physical features. We're going to look at what these mean in a little bit more detail, and then we're going to look at human and physical features within our local area. All you need for this lesson is a pencil and a piece of paper. I hope you enjoy.
Let's start our lesson by just having a think about what we already know about the terms human and physical features. What does human features mean? What does physical features mean? Pause the video here and take a moment to think and come back and join me. So, human features are those that have been put there by people, like buildings and roads. Physical features are things that would occur naturally, so they would be there even if people weren't here. Okay? We're going to need to understand those in our lesson today. So, human geographical features. As we look around, the things that we see are either created by nature or by humans. Let's start by looking at features of our world that have been made by humans. We call these human geographical features. So, a city, that is a large place with lots of people and buildings, that would be a human geographical feature. And a town is generally smaller than a city but larger than a village. And village, usually a small group of houses in the countryside, a place that is smaller and less busy than a town. Where do we live? Do we live in a city, a town, or a village? That's right, we live in Leigh-on-Sea, which is in the county of Essex, and you can see that here on the map. And that is a town. Here are some pictures of Leigh-on-Sea that you might recognise. Other human geographical features. Roads. A road between two places, usually with a special surface for vehicles to use. Bridge. Bridges are built over water, roads or railways so that people or vehicles can cross safely. A dam. What is a dam? A dam is a barrier that stops the flow of water. That's also a human geographical feature. Shops. A place where things are bought and sold. A factory. A place where goods that will be sold are made. Houses. A place where someone lives. Offices. A room or set of rooms used for work. Farms. A place where animals are kept and crops are grown. And this is a picture here of a port. Do you know what a port is? A port is a place for ships to load and unload goods. Ports are also where passengers get on and off ships. And this is a picture of a harbour. That's also a human geographical feature. Do you know what a harbour is? A harbour is a sheltered area of water where boats, barges or ships are kept. Now let's have a look at some physical features of our world that have been created by nature. These are called physical geographical features. So, beach. A beach is an area of sand or pebbles that reaches the sea or a lake. A coastline. The coastline is where the land meets the sea. Sea and oceans. An expanse of salt water that covers most of the Earth's surface and the land. Seas are smaller than oceans. Now, this is a good point to pause and think back to our previous learning. How many oceans are there? And how many of them can you name? Pause the video here and come back in a minute. This is learning that we did earlier on this year. So, how many of those oceans could you remember? Did you get Atlantic Ocean, Southern Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Indian Ocean? Can you work out where they are? So, how did you get on? Number 1 is the Atlantic Ocean. Number 2 is the Indian Ocean. Number 3 is the Pacific Ocean. Number 4 is the Arctic Ocean. And number 5 is the Southern Ocean. Well done if you remember the names of those oceans and where they were in the world. As I said, recalling our previous learning. So now let's carry on with physical features. We've got river, a large natural stream of fresh water flowing along a course into the sea, lake or other river. Hills, a natural rise in the Earth's surface. Hills are not as high as mountains. Forest, what's a forest? If you said something like a forest is a large wooded area covered with trees and plants, you'd be correct. And then what's a valley? A valley is a low area of land between hills or mountains, usually containing a river. A cliff, a high steep mass of rock, usually at the edge of the sea. Mountain, a large natural rise in the Earth's surface. Mountains are steeper and more craggy than hills. Soil, the upper layer of the earth in which plants grow. Soil is a mixture of different things. It is made up of air, water, minerals, and organic matter. The minerals in soil come from finely broken down rocks, and organic matter includes both living and decaying animals and plants. And vegetation. Vegetation is plant life. Now, part of the physical features are seasons. Going back to our previous learning again, how many seasons are there and can you name them all? Pause the video here and have a think. So, did you get them all? There are spring, summer, autumn and winter. Spring are the months of March, April and May. Summer are the months June, July and August. Autumn is September, October and November, and winter, December, January and February. So can you work out which season we're in at the moment? That's right, we're in February, so we're in the winter season right now. And another physical geographical feature is weather. The weather can depend on the season and where you are in the world. Weather conditions can change each day. How many different types of weather can you name? Again, pause the video here and have some thinking time. How many did you get? We've got sun, cloud, rain. We've got storms like thunder and lightning, snow, sleet, wind, just to name some of them. Okay, so we're going to now look a little bit closer at our local area. Okay, now what do we mean by local area? That's right, it's the place in which we're living. And we've talked about our local area being called Leigh-on-Sea, haven't we? And I have gone a little bit further. I've gone a bit into Westcliff and Southend as well, but they're still quite local to where we are living. So we're going to take a look at human and physical features in those areas now. I want you to watch this video and I want you to have a think. What can you see in Leigh-on-Sea? Do you recognise any of the places? And have a think, are they human or physical features? Thinking back to what we've already learned in this lesson today. How did you get on? Did you find any of the places that you recognised? Did you name them as human or physical features? Let's have a look and see if you can complete my quiz now, knowing what you've learnt so far. So, this is a picture of, our school, Chalkwell School. So would that be a human or physical feature in our local area? You're right, schools are a human geographical feature. What about Belfair's Woods? Would that be a human or physical feature? Woods are a physical geographical feature. Well done if you got that. Southend Pier, human or physical? That's right, piers are a human geographical feature. They've been put there by humans that wouldn't have been there naturally. Chalkwell Park, human or physical? Parks are a human geographical feature. Do you recognise this picture here? That's right, it's along London Road, isn't it? It's the Palace Theatre. Would that be a human or physical feature in our local area? That's right, theatres are a human geographical feature. People have built that building. Now, this road, that's it, it's near school, isn't it? It's London Road, just up opposite Chalkwell Park. Now, would that be a human or a physical feature? That's right, roads are a human geographical feature. Do you recognise this picture? This picture's down at Oldley at the Cockle Sheds. Would they be a human or physical feature? That's right, they would be a human geographical feature. Do you recognise this photograph? That's right, it's Chalkwell Beach, just as you walk down from the station. So would that be a human or physical feature? Well done if you said physical. Beaches are a physical geographical feature. Do you know what this building's called? There's a clue on that gate at the front there. This is a synagogue and it's in Finchley Road, not too far from the school, and sometimes we go and visit here. Would that be a human or physical feature? That's right, synagogues are a human geographical feature. They've been put there by humans. Now, do you recognise this photo? Might look a little bit different today, but this is the cliffs along the seafront. If you were down at the seafront, a little bit up from Adventure Island, and you turned round and looked over the road, you'd see these cliffs. Would they be a human or a physical feature? Cliffs are a physical geographical feature, although our cliffs have had a bit of help from humans, as some of them need a bit of support so they don't fall down, but cliffs are a physical geographical feature. I'm sure you recognise this one. Chalkwell Station. Is that a human or physical feature? That's right, train stations are a human geographical feature. So now it's challenge time. Now there's two different ways you can do the learning from today's lesson, but you only have to pick one of them, okay? So you're going to take a piece of A4 paper and you're going to fold it in half, just like here on the table in the picture. You're going to label one side human features and one side physical features. Now, with an adult, you could go on a local walk as part of your daily exercise, and then you could list some of the human and physical features that you see on your walk in the table. Alternatively, you could use the photos of features from the local area that are in this lesson that we've already looked at, and then you could write them in the correct places in this table. So which activity is up to you? But our learning is to look at the human and physical features within our local area. So either go on your walk or use the pictures from our local area in this lesson and put them in the table. I hope you have fun. Good luck.
So I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson on human and physical features in our local area. Just before we go, let's recap on our learning. So what is a human feature? That's right, it's something that's been put there by humans. What about a physical feature? That's right, that is something that would be there naturally, and even if there weren't any humans, it would still be there. So now thinking back to our local area, can you name me some human features in our local area? That's right, you could have shops, parks, theatres, any kind of buildings really, roads, any of those would be human features. What about physical features then in our local area? That's right, you've got the beach, cliffs, or you could say woods as well. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and look out for some more geography in the coming weeks. See you again soon. Bye.